Hi, welcome to a quick tutorial on creating hotspot questions in Google Slides. Hotspot questions are a new star item type that were recently added. Students will be able to click on hotspots within the questions in order to answer the question. So here I have a math example. Between which two consecutive integers on the number line is the square root of 17? Select two locations on the number line to plot the points. In this case, I have added my question within a text box, and I have added an image from Google Images of a number line. So now the first thing I want to do before I add my hotspots is I want to make sure my students cannot accidentally move or delete any part of my question. Now there's a few ways to do this. If I have an image, I can simply add as a background that image and students will not be able to edit that. Because I have multiple parts here, I'm going to do this. I'm going to highlight. I'm going to click and drag to highlight all the parts of my question, and I'm then going to copy that. So I'm going to Control C for copy. So I have this copied, and it is copied to my clipboard, and then I'm going to delete it. Then I'm going to go up to Slide on my toolbar. So here I will click Slide, and then I will go down to Edit Theme. And this pulls up the slide master. So this is where if you were to create themes for your slideshows, you would edit them here so that they appear on your slides. And I'm going to simply paste what I have copied. So there's my question, and I have copied it here and pasted it onto the slide master. Once I've done that, I'm going to click this X. And now you notice my slide cannot be changed. That is the master on that layout. Do notice when you do this, that means if I were to add a new slide, it's going to be, if it's a title slide, it will be that particular layout. So I've just changed the layout to reflect my question. So now that my students cannot edit this, I want to add my hotspots because that's what I want them to be able to click. So in order to add a hotspot in Google Slides, we are going to go up to Insert, and then we're going to go down to Text Box. And I'm going to open up a text box here. I'm not actually going to type any text. Instead, I'm going to go up to the top, and I'm going to look for my bullets. So here you see my bulleted list. I'm going to go over to the right arrow, and I'm going to choose a checkbox. And you notice you see this checkbox appear. Again, I'm not going to type any text here. I just want that box. Once I have that box, it's a little small for me, so we can resize it, we can change colors. So I'm going to make it quite a bit larger so my students can see it. And I'm also going to go ahead and change the color to red to make it stand out. So once I have my box, I can then move it where I want it. So I want it up here over my number line so that they can choose. Once I have that box, I'm going to go ahead and create several more for each spot on my number line. In order to do this, I'm going to simply copy this and paste it, or I'm going to duplicate it and then move them where they need to go. Alright, as you can see, I've added those hotspot boxes to each one of my numbers on my number line. Now, in order for students to choose that box or to click on the hotspot, what they will do is they will right click and then change their answer to whatever you would like. So in this case, I'm going to instruct my students, when you select the correct answer, I want you to put a check in that box. So they're going to right click and they're going to put a check in that box. Now let's say you would like your students to maybe fill in the box or change it to a circle. You can instruct them to right click and put a filled in box there. But again, I'm going to instruct my students to right click and just check. right-click, and check in order to answer that question. So that is one way that you can create hotspot questions within Google Slides. If you have any questions or if you need any additional assistance, please reach out to your ITS team. Thank you.